Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about transit sun, sextile, or trine one's natal Venus. Now, this transit could manifest in creativity, life, action, drive, focus, in harmony with what you love and what you enjoy. Um, if you have, say your natal Venus, is it say it's in Capricorn, it could be, love of accounting or mathematics or even construction or architecture, even things with structure like um, die-cast, models, for example. And this is a time where you're likely able to put more focus and attention on these things without, really much diversion or distractions or interruptions at this time. So it could be a very positive period for that. Could also be a very peaceful and tranquil period for matters, your relationship with your biological father and children at this time as well. Uh, it can also be about being able to take, really um, being more creative, perhaps with the things that you love and enjoy, and also too. This could also be a time where if you're able to, if you've had any hesitation or procrastination on perhaps initiating a relationship, this could be the time where it may be easier to take action on this at this point in time. And if it's in going back to Venus being in Capricorn, it could be a serious relationship or one, with an older person, at this time. And it might be where at this time as well of this transit, you could also have much drive and focus on your relationships in general. And it's not just about romantic connection, it could also be significant friendships as well. Now, life also at this time, the sun is about life, and since Venus is associated with values, life is something you may really value at this time, more so than usual. It reminds me like a time I had you could say a nightmare when I died I died in a hospital due to COVID, and then I woke up and I thought about the times where I was talking very negatively, looking at all the negative aspects of my life, and wish I wouldn't wake up in the morning. But at that time I was more appreciative of life. I could tell you that much. And this is then when you have this transit, this is like really valuing, what your life and what you can do with it. And this could also be a time to, again, this is about, Venus is connected with peace and tranquility. Again, could be a very peaceful and tranquil time for matters with children, the biological father, and even dominant male figures in your life. If you're, as far as like an authority figure, if you're in a subordinate or subservient position at your job, this could be a time where the relationship with those people could be better in a more auspicious period for that at this time. And the thing about Venus is now anatomically speaking, okay, Venus is connected with the throat, the neck, the thyroid, the lower back, and kidneys. So the thing about this is, given that this sextile and or trine, of course, that's making a good relationship to Venus. If you are having any issues, with what I just described that is anatomically connected with Venus, this could be the time where you could put your focus and attention on it, and you have the energy to deal with it better at this time, more so than usual. The sun is about our vitality and energy, and it's something where these issues, if you have any of those things, will likely not bog you down that much during this time, and you'd likely be able to still do a lot of your physical activities in spite of that. Now, the thing about this transit too is, keep in mind now, Venus is also about, it's about our enjoyment, what we love, but it could also be connected with the food that we enjoy, the food that we love to indulge in. And the thing is, this could be that time where you could be able to have, more of that focus and the attention on that at this time. And if you're somebody that enjoys, preparing food, This could be the time where you feel like you have, the energy, the drive, the motivation to do so at this time. It could be, I'd say, for if the Venus is in Taurus, it could just be basically making very simple kind of food, like hamburgers and fries, just a basic, kind of food, nothing too exotic. If natal Venus is in Aquarius, it could be an unusual, kind of exotic variety of things. Scorpio can Venus, natal Venus is a Scorpio as an example. It could be very dark, rich type foods like chocolate, very dark chocolate um, foods. And anyway, I mean, there's some examples. And the thing about this too is when you have this transit, okay, Venus is also associated with art, so it can be a time if you do have artistic ability and you're proficient in art. This could be the time where you could devote more of that attention to it at this time more so than usual. It's a better, more of an opportune time to take action on something of an artistic endeavor at this time. If your natal Venus is in Gemini, it could be like animated or cartoon art. If Venus is in Pisces, it could be like the abstract art or fantasy type of art at this time. So it's also a time too where the Venus is connected with possessions and money. And the thing about this is, again, going back to, I mean, the sun being connected, with what we physically, or can do, and can and having our energy and vitality. This could be the time where you have that energy, that vitality to, if you're trying to accumulate more possessions for whatever reason, this could be the time to do so. If you're trying to make money, generate income, this is also obviously a good period in order to do this. It can be something too where when you have this trans, I mean, Venus is also connected with resources. So it's also, very, positive time for that as well. Can be an auspicious time for having the resources that you need in your life at this time. Um, the sun is connected with wants, basic wants, and when you have the transit of the sun making a positive aspect to your natal Venus about getting what you want monetarily, possessions, it should be a time where it's easier to do that and more so than usual. Now, Venus is also connected with our self-worth, our self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves. So it might be a time where you feel, physically able to do things, and it can be tied in with how you feel, and it might have a positive impact on how you feel about yourself. The biological father and children may have a positive influence on that, whether they're giving you just general, positivity in what they say or what have you. And Venus is also connected with buying and selling. So this could be the time if you're doing any buying and selling with children, the biological father, or any dominant male in your life at this time. This could be an auspicious and propitious period in order to do so at this time. If natal Venus is in Aquarius, it might be computer or electronic items, or it could be astronomical merchandise like a telescope as an example. Also, too, Venus is also associated with legalities and lawsuits. So this could be more of an auspicious time period for being able to put your energy into this, your focus, your attention, without little diversions or distractions at this time. And it could be that children and the biological father may be able to be able to help you in these matters as well, and will be favoring, you very strongly in it if you are embroiled in a legal situation or lawsuit or what have you. Now, anyway, another way this transit may manifest, it could also be about the things, it could be a very good time to enjoy, which is Venus, doing things with the, with the biological father and children, which is the sun. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, let's say Venus is in Libra. Those things you may enjoy could be art, it could be tennis, games of balance, gymnastics, Jenga as an example. That's a balance game. As some examples. Now, it could also be a time where you can have the right amount of energy, which is the sun, for monetary endeavors, which is connected with Venus. Now, let's say, for example, if the natal Venus is in Taurus, it could be um, making money as a stockbroker, geology, being a pawnbroker, as some examples. It can also be an auspicious time for taking action, which is the sun, in a legal matter, which of course is associated with Venus. Let's say, for example, if the natal Venus is in Scorpio, it could be a legal matter connected with a wrongful death, which is Scorpio, wrongful death suit. Of course, lawsuits are Venus. And it could also be a time for you where it could be beneficial for easily focusing, which is the sun, on your relationships. And that can include significant friendships as well. If your natal Venus is in Capricorn, as an example, it could be a relationship with someone that's older, somebody that's very consistent, orthodox, conventional. It could be a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn characteristics. It could also be a time where it's positive for creating, which is the sun. It could be art, which of course is Venus. Now, if Venus is in Pisces, it could be abstract art, or drawing fantasy fictional characters, as another example. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.